Hi guys. Hold on, I gotta scan the area. Okay. We're good. Guys, everyone leave a like on the stream. Everyone leave a like on the stream. Come on, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing, chat? Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names down in the chat. No problem, Staring Dog. Welcome back, though, bro. Everyone leave a like on the stream. Let's go. We're gonna do some names. We're writing y'all's names. I'm not saying chicken jockey. What's up, Dusty? What's up, Ann? What's up, y'all? Welcome in the stream. You just subscribed to me. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. What did you do today? I played pickleball. I played kickball. I sat around, talked. What else did I do? I ate burgers. I honestly think that's it. I didn't go on the boat yet. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names down in the chat. Everyone leave a like that up top. Everyone leave a like. Everyone double tap your screens. Thank you so much. We're going to start writing names. Let's go, y'all. Comment your names in the chat. Comment your names in the chat if you want a shout out. Staring Dog! Yo, thank you so much for the $5 donut. Big shout out to Staring Dog. Sorry I haven't been here in so long. Glad to be back. Glad you're back too, Staring Dog. Thank you so much for that $5 donut. Really means a lot to me. Appreciate you, bro. Really appreciate you. Shout out to Maria for subscribing. Shout out to Kendall for subscribing. Shout out to Brody for subscribing. Shout out to Kareem for subscribing. Shout out to Zach for subscribing. Shout out to Ophelia for subscribing. Shout out to Tegan for subscribing. Shout out to Liam for subscribing. Shout out to Serenity for subscribing. Shout out to Val for subscribing. Shout out to Zach for subscribing. Shout out to Brody for subscribing. Shout out to Bridget for subscribing. Shout out to Chandler for subscribing. Shout out to Hayden for subscribing. Shout out to Lila for subscribing. Shout out to Serenity for subscribing. Shout out to Puka for subscribing. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names down in the chat for a shout out. Spam comment your names in the chat for a shout out, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone leave a like on the stream. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Elsa for subscribing. Shout out to New for subscribing. Shout out to Joshua for subscribing. Shout out to Cash V for subscribing. Shout out to Anna for subscribing. Shout out to Ava for subscribing. Layla for subscribing. Brody for subscribing. Olivia for subscribing. Kellen for subscribing. Thank you guys so much. Hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat for a shout out. Jamia for subscribing. Shout out to Cash for subscribing. Shout out to Alicia for subscribing. Thank you so much. Shout out to Courtney for subscribing. Shout out to Gabs for subscribing. Giovanni for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Comment your names down in the chat for a shout out. Thank you guys so much for joining. Really appreciate y'all. Everyone double tap your screens like this. Everyone double tap your screens like this on your devices. Let's get to 100 likes. Shout out to Caitlin for subscribing. Shout out to Tanner for subscribing. Shout out to Ethan for subscribing. Shout out to Narelle for subscribing. Shout out to Elsa for subscribing. Shout out to Ada for subscribing. Shout out to Zainab for subscribing. Shout out to Cash for subscribing. Essie for subscribing. Shout out to Narelle for subscribing. Shout out to Asa for subscribing. Shout out to Gonzo for subscribing. Shout out to Jackson for subscribing. Shout out to Sophia for subscribing. Shout out to Kinley for subscribing. Shout out to Cindy for subscribing. Shout out to Yelenis for subscribing. Shout out to Ada for subscribing. Shout out to Kimberly for subscribing. Oh my goodness. Staring Dog with a $8 dono. Enjoy the dono. Staring Dog, you're such a goat. Thank you so much for the $8 dono. If you donated a total of $50, I will write your name on my hand, as long also with J Dubs last stream he donated. So yeah. And for 100, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but there's some dono rewards. Just don't really know or have them written down. Guys, hit that subscribe button, comment your names down in the chat if you want a shout out. Appreciate y'all for donating. Shout out to Thide for subscribing, Muchara for subscribing, Cassidy for subscribing. Shout out to Esther for subscribing. Yo, shout out to Lila. Shout out to Lila J Boy or Ligela. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But guys, go subscribe to them for the $2 dono. Really appreciate you, bro, for that donation. Let's go. Shout out to Henry for subscribing. Shout out to August for subscribing. Shout out to Trevor for subscribing. Shout out to August again for subscribing. Shout out to Chloe for subscribing. Thank you so much. Shout out to Tommy for subscribing. Shout out to Henry for subscribing. Shout out to Ivan for subscribing. Shout out to Kylie for subscribing. Shout out to Willa for subscribing. Shout out to Cash for subscribing. Come on, y'all. Let's try to get to 262. Let's get to 262, guys. Come on. Hit that subscribe button. Is this thing glitched? This thing's got to be glitched. There's no way we're still at 46, right? It's got to be glitched. There's no way. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names down in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone double tap your screens. Hit that like button. Everyone hit that like button. We're a couple likes away from 100. We're 5 likes away from 100, guys. Everyone double click your screens. I'll give y'all shout outs in a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. I'll give some shout outs if y'all spam your names in the chat. This is just not loading. Why is the Wi-Fi being that bad, bro? Alright. I switched the Wi-Fi. Guys, hit that subscribe button, comment your names in the chat. Please work, bro. Can this thing please work? Shout out to Lath for subscribing. Shout out to Colin for subscribing. Mersey for subscribing. Yeah, I knew that was wrong. Knew it. Here's our new sub count. Guys, we're 900 subscribers away. We're 900 subscribers away from 262,000. Let's try and get there. Guys, spam comment your names in the chat. Hit that subscribe button for a shout out. That's all you got to do. Shout out to Zara for subscribing. Shout out to Ava for subscribing. Shout out to Bryce for subscribing. Shout out to Alex for subscribing. Shout out to Ashley for subscribing. Shout out to Ainsley for subscribing. Shout out to Bryce for subscribing. Shout out to Malik for subscribing. Shout out to Ella for subscribing. Shout out to Reed for subscribing. Thank you so much. Coy for subscribing. Thank you, Trevor, for subscribing. Thank you, Ruthie, for subscribing. Thank you, Gigi, for subscribing. Thank you, Giovanna, for subscribing. Shout out to Huda for subscribing. Shout out to Ava for subscribing. Shout out to Alan for subscribing. Shout out to Bryce for subscribing. Braylon for subscribing. Thank you so much. Reed for subscribing. Thank you. Krubel for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that sub button. Spam comment your names in the chat. That's all you got to do for a shout out. Shout out to Mia for subscribing. Carter for subscribing. Kimberly for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Shout out to Star for subscribing. Shout out to Kyler for subscribing. Shout out to Eddie for subscribing. Shout out to Nazar for subscribing. Thank you so much. Shout out to Grady for subscribing. Shout out to Void for subscribing. Eunice for subscribing. Thank you so much, y'all. I've been good, Staring Dog. How about you, bro? Shout out to Carl for subscribing. Caden for subscribing. Alfie for subscribing. Shout out to Syrian for subscribing. Edward for subscribing. Thank you so much, Edward. Ow. Ow. My leg. Sophia for subscribing. Thank you so much. Joey for subscribing. Thank you, Ciara, for subscribing. Thank you, Milton, for subscribing. Thank you, Joey. Your name's on the paper. Thank you, Harper. Your name's on the paper. Thank you, Leanne, for subscribing. Your name's on the paper. Aiza, your name's on the paper. Harper for subscribing. Annabelle, your name's on the paper. Shout out to Zara for subscribing. Your name's on the paper. Ada, your name's on the paper. Malik for subscribing. Your name's on the paper. Leanne for subscribing. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat. Shout out to Easton for subscribing. Shout out to Cameron for subscribing. Shout out to Jusan for subscribing. Shout out to Star for subscribing. Shout out to Kana for subscribing. Guys, we are 50 subs away from 261,200 subs, guys. Come on. Hit that subscribe button, comment your names in the chat for a shout out. That's all you gotta do. My neck is hurting, guys. Alright, let's go. Shout out to Mia for subscribing. Shout out to Sienna for subscribing. Shout out to Jazia for subscribing. Crystal for subscribing. Anthony for subscribing. Davey for subscribing. TJ for subscribing. Ed for subscribing. Alfie for subscribing. Ann for subscribing. Easton for subscribing. Darren for subscribing. Shout out to Hania for subscribing. Thank you guys so much. Hit that sub button, comment your names in the chat. Shout out to PJ for subscribing. Shout out to Zane for subscribing. Guys, I post daily shorts. I do long form videos and almost daily live streams. So make sure you hit that sub button if you want more content. Shout out to Sheldon. Shout out to Lacey. Shout out to Crystal for subscribing. Shout out to Jay-Z for subscribing. Shout out to Henry for subscribing. Shout out to Andrew for subscribing. Natalia for subscribing. Shout out to Shout out to Hen for subscribing. Eva for subscribing. Sheldon for subscribing. Shout out to Evan for subscribing. Shout out to Zadie for subscribing. Eva for subscribing. Milana for subscribing. Crystal for subscribing. Tariq for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Comment your names down in the chat for a shout out, guys. Shout out to Victoria for subscribing. Shout out to Evan for subscribing. Presley for subscribing. Anthony for subscribing. Maddie for subscribing. Tinley for subscribing. Victoria for subscribing. Ezrin for subscribing. Kason for subscribing. Let's go, y'all. Hit that sub button. Shout out to Sailor for subscribing. Shout out to Chris, your name's on the paper. Val, your name's on the paper. Kason, Kim for subscribing, your name's on the paper. Raven for subscribing. Chris for subscribing. Evan for subscribing. Thank y'all so much. Everyone, do me a favor. Double click your screens like this. Everyone double tap your screens like this, guys. Everyone double tap your screens like this. Let's try to get to 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes, guys. 200 likes. Then I'll start doing more shout-outs at 200. 200, guys. 35 more people hit that like button, and we'll start doing more names and shout-outs. Thank you guys so much. All right, come on. 7 more likes, guys. 7 more likes, I'll start doing more shout-outs. 7 more likes, I'll do more shout-outs. We're at 193 right now. 1 more like for a shout-out, guys. 1 more like for shout-outs and names. We're at 199. Any second now. When I open my eyes. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 207. Thank you guys so much. Spam, comment your names in the chat. Hit that sub button if you want a shout-out. Let's go. Shout out to Paisley for subscribing. Shout out to Anna for subscribing. Shout out to Carl for subscribing. Andre for subscribing. Brooklyn for subscribing. Finn for subscribing. Wade for subscribing. Malik for subscribing. Tanika for subscribing. Thank you so much. Kinley for subscribing. Thank you, Cami, for subscribing. Thank you, Molly, for subscribing. Thank you, Jazia, for subscribing. Thank you, Kelly, for subscribing. Thank you, Reagan, for subscribing. Thank you, Tristan, for subscribing. Thank you, Aaron, for subscribing. Thank you, Cade, for subscribing. Thank you, Michael, for subscribing. Thank you, Brody, for subscribing. Thank you, Shaylin, for subscribing. Appreciate you, Shaylin. Shout out to 3 Point Line for subscribing. Shout out to Elizabeth for subscribing. Thank you so much, Tilly, for subscribing. Thank you, Georgie, for subscribing. Thank you, Kirby, for subscribing. Thank you, Haley, for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names down in the chat. Thank you so much. Shout out to Dia for subscribing. Shout out to Chloe for subscribing. Shout out to Ayan for subscribing. Shout out to Haley for subscribing. Shout out to Kirby for subscribing. Shout out to Mela for subscribing. Shout out to Lincoln for subscribing. Shout out to Chloe for subscribing. Haley for subscribing. London, thank you for subscribing. Terry, thank you for subscribing. Nora, thank you for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat for a shout out. Shout out to Mike for subscribing. Shout out to Daleen for subscribing. Shout out to Jay for subscribing. Shout out to Mike again for subscribing. Carl for subscribing. Carrie for subscribing. Kamora for subscribing. Isla for subscribing. Maddox for subscribing. Guys, once we get to 275 likes, I'll start doing more shout outs. Everyone do me a favor, double click your screens like this. Everyone double tap your screens like this. Just do that for me. And once we get to 275 likes, I'll do more shout outs, guys. 275. Everyone hit that like button up top so we can do more shoutouts. We'll do more shoutouts and all that good stuff, you know? You know what I mean? Come on, y'all. One more like, one more like, one more like. Everyone double tap your screens, hit that like button. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Shout out to Sadie for subscribing. Last row names on this paper. Shout out to Scarlett for subscribing. Shout out to Peyton for subscribing. Thank you so much, Sky, for subscribing. Caden for subscribing. Jasmine for subscribing. Let's go, y'all. We're 700 subs away from 262. Let's try and get there. Fiona for subscribing. Bentley for subscribing. Milan for subscribing. Aubrey for subscribing. Elizabeth for subscribing. Saray for subscribing. Jalen for subscribing. Shout out to Angel for subscribing. Shout out to Aubrey for subscribing. Shout out to Sally for subscribing. Shout out to Ken for subscribing. Shout out to Mia for subscribing. Shout out to Rose for subscribing. Shout out to Vanessa for subscribing. Shout out to Abby for subscribing. Shout out to Brian for subscribing. Shout out to Connor for subscribing. Shout out to Charlie for subscribing. Shout out to Avery for subscribing. Shout out to Coco for subscribing. Sally for subscribing. Shout out to Mal for subscribing. Shout out to Ashley for subscribing. Shout out to Charlie for subscribing. Shout out to Chloe for subscribing. Shout out to Linka for subscribing. Shout out to Claire, thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Liam, thank you for subscribing. Chat, we finished a whole page of names already. In 17 minutes, we finished a whole page of names. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment your names in the chat for a shout out. That's all you got to do. If you want a shout out and your name written on the piece of paper, that's all you have to do, guys. Spam comment your names in the chat. Everyone make sure you leave a like on the stream. Once we get to 350 likes, I'll do more shout outs, guys. So everyone be sure to double click your screens. Double click your screens like this, guys. Hit that like button up top, and then we will do more shout outs. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Let's go, let's go. Shout out to Ashley for subscribing. Shout out to Mosey for subscribing. Shout out to Nazir for subscribing. Shout out to Bella for subscribing. Shout out to Nat for subscribing. Shout out to Jazia for subscribing. Shout out to Crystal for subscribing. Shout out to Ava for subscribing. Shout out to Eve for subscribing. Chelsea for subscribing. Madeline for subscribing. Molly for subscribing. Sarah for subscribing. Avery for subscribing. Violet for subscribing. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat. Shout out to Gracie. Shout out to Allie for subscribing. Shout out to Madeline for subscribing. Shout out to Sky for subscribing. Shout out to Violet for subscribing. Shout out to Isaac for subscribing. Shout out to Eve for subscribing. Callie for subscribing. Saya for subscribing. Kenny for subscribing. Gigi for subscribing. Kylie for subscribing. Carly for subscribing. Kellyanna for subscribing. Annie for subscribing. Maddie for subscribing. Grace for subscribing. Jessa, thank you for subscribing. Addie, thank you for subscribing. Let's go, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat. We're 600 subs away from 262,000, which would be insane, guys. So I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, spam, comment your names in the chat, and I'll write your name on the paper and give you a big shout out. Shout out to Savannah for subscribing. Zaylin for subscribing. Hunter for subscribing. Void for subscribing. Shout out to Catherine for subscribing. How are they confusing? Shout out to Amber for subscribing. Ella for subscribing. Suhalia for subscribing. Penny for subscribing. Sonnen for subscribing. Roland for subscribing. Adeline for subscribing. Kayla for subscribing. Mike for subscribing. Don for subscribing. Andrew for subscribing. Thank you all so much. Hit that sub button, comment your names in the chat. Everyone make sure you double click your screens like this. Everyone double tap your screens like this. Once we get to 400 likes, I'll start doing more shout outs. Everyone double tap your screens. Double tap your screens. 50 more likes. Everyone hit that like button up top, and we'll start doing more shout-outs, guys. If you donate, I'd appreciate it if you want to. It's not forced, and I'll give you a huge shout-out if you do. My neck hurts, guys. 400 likes. Thank you so much for 400 likes, guys. Spam, comment your names in the chat. Hit that subscribe button if you want a shout-out. I don't know how much longer I can be on here, actually. Actually, I got to go for dinner soon. So guys, hit that subscribe button, spam, comment your names in the chat if you want a shout out. I have to go for dinner any minute now. Shout out to Lamar for subscribing. Maria for subscribing. Zoe for subscribing. Oliver for subscribing. Joey for subscribing. Gracie for subscribing. Imani for subscribing. I didn't see what you said. Hold on. I text one, they don't text back. But once they text back, I text me and then. Huh, that's weird. Shout out to Alex for subscribing. Shout out to Gavin for subscribing. Shout out to Lincoln for subscribing. Shout out to Tyler for subscribing. Shout out to Decory for subscribing. Shout out to Harry for subscribing. Shout out to Abby for subscribing. Lincoln for subscribing. JP for subscribing. Lily for subscribing. Leo for subscribing. Kimber for subscribing. Miles, thank you for subscribing. Emma, thank you for subscribing. Colby for subscribing. Malik for subscribing. Rosie for subscribing. Sebastian for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names down in the chat if you want a shout out. That's all you got to do. Shout out to Millie for subscribing. Olivia for subscribing. Mel for subscribing. Matt for subscribing. Amber for subscribing. Malik for subscribing. Shout out to Matt for subscribing. Destiny for subscribing. Stella for subscribing. Molly, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Shout out to Aubrey for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat. We're trying to get to 262,000. If you comment your name in the chat, I'll give you a shout out and write your name on the piece of paper. Thank you so much, guys. Shout out to Ashley for subscribing. Cara for subscribing. Cecilia for subscribing. Aiden for subscribing. Coco for subscribing. Robert for subscribing. Jenny for subscribing. Andrew for subscribing. Thank you all so much for joining the stream. Swearbo for subscribing. Gannon for subscribing. Leanne for subscribing. Kenzie for subscribing. Jet for subscribing. Hit that sub button. Comment your names down in the chat, guys. Shout out to Abby for subscribing. Shout out to Mia for subscribing. Shout out to Nana for subscribing. Shout out to Jinx for subscribing. Shout out to Daniel for subscribing. Shout out to Mason for subscribing. Shout out to Keth for subscribing. Appreciate y'all. Hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Luna for subscribing. Laura for subscribing. Christina for subscribing. Jazia for subscribing. Peyton for subscribing. Hudson for subscribing. Isaiah for subscribing. Jace for subscribing. Omar for subscribing. Thank you so much. Bella for subscribing. Charlie for subscribing. Hunter for subscribing. Jose for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat. I'm going to take a quick break because my hand is about to blow up. But guys, everyone do me a favor while I'm waiting for my hand to stop hurting. Everyone double click your screens like this. Everyone double click your screens like this. Once we get to 500 something likes, then I'll do more shout outs. So everyone hit that like button. Appreciate you. Well, let's try to get to 262 before I have to go to dinner. I asked my mom when we're going or when dinner's ready, so we'll see. And yeah. All right, y'all. Everyone double tap your screens. All right. Bet, let's go, guys. Spam, comment your names in the chat. Hit that sub button. Let's go. Shout out to Kaylee for subscribing. Shout out to Leah for subscribing. Paisley for subscribing. What's up, Kaylee? Shout out to Alex for subscribing. Shout out to Luna for subscribing. Shout out to Katie for subscribing. Coco for subscribing. Reagan, thank you so much for subscribing. Shout out to Johnny for subscribing. Appreciate you, Johnny. Shout out to Cooper for subscribing. Shout out to Roberto for subscribing. Let's go. Shout out to Sarah for subscribing. Thank you so much, Leela, for subscribing. Shout out to Peyton for subscribing. Shout out to David for subscribing. Shout out to Jazia for subscribing. Shout out to Lainey for subscribing. Shout out to Trevor for subscribing. Kira for subscribing. Alex for subscribing. Bree for subscribing. Lanely for subscribing. Jace for subscribing. Grayson for subscribing. Eden for subscribing. Chat, we need 400 more subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Spam, comment your names down in the chat if you want a shout out. Thank you so much. Shout out to Jason for subscribing. Josie for subscribing. Paige for subscribing. Riley for subscribing. Zara for subscribing. Vana for subscribing. Charlie for subscribing. Damo for subscribing. Roberto Lem. Yo, Roberto Lem, shout out to you for this $2 donut. Thank you so much, bro. Hit that subscribe button. Go subscribe to Roberto. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Comment your names in the chat for a shout out. Thank you so much. We're getting closer to 262,000, guys. Let's get there. Let's get to 262,000, guys. Spam, comment your names in the chat. Hit that sub button, and make sure you hit that like button up top. Come on now. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's go in 3, 2. Outside live. Yeah, we've done outside lives the past couple of days, actually. The past 2 days I did outside lives, and then I started inside and I came back outside. Exotic. Shout out to Bree for subscribing. Does it actually seem like exotic? Does it like seem like cool? Shout out to Bree for subscribing. Abby for subscribing. Thank you so much. It's too hot here for an outside live. Yeah, it's only a little bit like cool. Like usually I'll be sweating when I'm outside, but I think it's like 85 right now with a breeze because it's like later. Shout out to Roy for subscribing. Frankie, thank you for subscribing. Ashton, thank you for subscribing. Carlos, thank you for subscribing. I'm doing good. How are you? And Arnita. It's tough, the bird sounds. Yeah. Shout out to Harper for subscribing. Shout out to Ariana for subscribing. Shout out to Alina for subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat for a shout out. Noah, Cash, Grayson, Livy for subscribing. Jada for subscribing. Ansley for subscribing. Mila for subscribing. Noah for subscribing. Elzo for subscribing. Addison for subscribing. Samuel for subscribing. Guys, if you haven't watched my shorts already today, make sure you go watch them up. Like them. Helps out a lot, guys. Hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat for a shout out. If you want a shout out, that's all you got to do. We're getting closer to the 262,000. Let's go, guys. Come on. It's 300 more people. Comment your names in the chat. Hit that sub button. Let's go. I'm going to write y'all's names, give you shout outs. Shout out to Aubrey for subscribing. Shout out to Colin for subscribing. Shout out to Heidi for subscribing. Shout out to, who else, guys? Shout out to Adal for subscribing. Shout out to Millie for subscribing. Crystal for subscribing. Thank you guys so much. Let's go. Shout out to Heidi for subscribing. Shout out to, who else? Shout out to Trump for subscribing. Shout out to Talia for subscribing. Eden for subscribing. Adamas for subscribing. Mason for subscribing. Alex for subscribing. Bella for subscribing. Brenda for subscribing. Thank you so much. Lulu for subscribing. Joey for subscribing. Blake for subscribing. Jerica for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat. Shout out to Cody for subscribing. Brooke for subscribing. Belle for subscribing. Brenna for subscribing. Stella for subscribing. Jaden for subscribing. FaZe for subscribing. Christian for subscribing. London for subscribing. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat. We're 250 subscribers away. Shout out to Chloe Reed for the $2 dono. Thank you so much, Chloe. Really appreciate that donation. Means a lot. It helps out the channel a lot. So big shout out to you guys. Go subscribe to her. Shout out to Lola for subscribing. Leighton for subscribing. Armish for subscribing. Shout out to Leighton for subscribing. Thank you, Leighton. Maddox for subscribing. Thank you. Shout out to Mason for subscribing. Shout out to Jackie for subscribing. Shout out to Alex for subscribing. Shout out to Heva for subscribing. Alani for subscribing. Corrine for subscribing. Thank you guys so much. Everyone, make sure you hit that like button up top. Everyone, double click your screens like this. Double click your screens like this. Let's get to 650 likes. Let's get to 600 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Come on, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate y'all. We're getting so close to 262,000 subscribers. I got to go soon for dinner, I think. My mom's not answering me, so that means she might be eating right now. But guys, let's go. Let's speed run some shout-outs. Shout out to Gabriel for subscribing. Shout out to Kalani for subscribing. Shout out to Cam for subscribing. Shout out to Bella for subscribing. Casper for subscribing. Seely for subscribing. Kennedy for subscribing. Paige for subscribing. Harley for subscribing. Shout out to Journey for subscribing. Shout out to Landon for subscribing. Shout out to Isabella for subscribing. Shout out to Theo for subscribing. Shout out to Harley for subscribing. Shout out to Eric for subscribing. August for subscribing. Michelle for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names down in the chat. That's all you got to do for a shout out. Shout out to Dylan for subscribing. Faith for subscribing. Nasir for subscribing. Haley for subscribing. William for subscribing. Cameron for subscribing. Gretchen for subscribing. Isabel for subscribing. Alice for subscribing. Cam for subscribing. Jack for subscribing. Connor for subscribing. Brooks for subscribing. Bella for subscribing. Piper for subscribing. Cam for subscribing. We finished the whole page, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Let's get another page. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat for a shout out. Spam comment your names in the chat for a shout out and hit that subscribe button. Let's go. We're 240 subs away from 262,000, so everyone be sure to hit that sub button if you want more content. I'm going to probably be posting a vlog either tonight. Probably not tonight. I'm not going to lie. Probably tomorrow. Maybe tonight if I can edit it fast. But yeah. Shout out to Anas for subscribing. Chloe for subscribing. Isra for subscribing. Evie for subscribing. Jude for subscribing. Demonio for subscribing. Nathan for subscribing. Shout out to Amanda for subscribing. Shout out to Carter for subscribing. Adeline for subscribing. Jonah for subscribing. Leon for subscribing. Yo, if you don't subscribe, you get banned from YouTube. That's funny, bro. Thank you so much for the $2 dono. Guys, go subscribe to him right now. Thank you so much for that $2 dono. Really appreciate you. That helps out the channel so much. Shout out to Maya for subscribing. Charlotte for subscribing. Aaron for subscribing. Amanda for subscribing. Jack for subscribing. Connor for subscribing. Ryan for subscribing. August for subscribing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Oscar, for subscribing. Thank you, Nael, for subscribing. Aslan for subscribing. Zach for subscribing. Haya for subscribing. Abby for subscribing. Oscar for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat. Let's go. Eric for subscribing. Evie for subscribing. Emery for subscribing. Aaliyah for subscribing. Nina for subscribing. Jeremiah for subscribing. Cody, thank you for subscribing. Jacqueline for subscribing. Youssef for subscribing. Guys, hit that sub button. Comment your names in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Connor for subscribing. Shout out to Mason for subscribing. Shout out to Regina for subscribing. Shout out to August for subscribing. Shout out to Derek for subscribing. Shout out to Aiden for subscribing. Shout out to Erida for subscribing. Shout out to Zoe for subscribing. Shout out to Mia for subscribing. Shout out to Mira for subscribing. Anya for subscribing. Fiona for subscribing. Maddie for subscribing. Lena for subscribing. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat. Shout out to James for subscribing. Caden for subscribing. Daniel for subscribing. Beckett for subscribing. Guys, we're getting so close to 262,000, which is absolutely insane. I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you guys so much. Make sure before you guys leave, you go like up all the shorts, guys. Look at all the shorts I posted today. Guys. Boom. So make sure you go like them all up. It helps out the videos a lot. And yeah. All right, y'all. I might post some more. Should I post more shorts today? Shout out to Izzy for subscribing. Brooks for subscribing. Will for subscribing. Nina for subscribing. London for subscribing. Thank you so much. Zaria for subscribing. Oscar for subscribing. Sharia for subscribing. Charlie for subscribing. Montana for subscribing. 19 more subs, guys. Remember me, Landon. Yes, I do remember you. Thank you so much for the $5 dono. Guys, go subscribe to them right now. Thank you so much for that donation. Really appreciate you. Oh, the sun's coming out, chat. The sun's coming out. Lighting, low-key? Low-key, the lighting's tough. Low-key, the lighting's tough, y'all. Shout out to Alicia for subscribing. Come on, y'all. 12 more subs. Aria for subscribing. Isma for subscribing. Arita for subscribing. Bro, Hannah, shush. You don't have a boyfriend either. Shout out to Wyatt for subscribing. Shout out to Arena for subscribing. Paige for subscribing. Carson for subscribing. Maya for subscribing. Thank you all so much. For 7 subs away from 262K. Shout out to Nael for subscribing. Charlie for subscribing. Noam for subscribing. Shout out to Rafa for subscribing. Shout out to Kinsley for subscribing. You donated? I saw that, bro. Thank you so much. I don't know if you heard me, but I gave you a shout out and said thank you. But yeah, thanks again, bro. Appreciate you so much. Shout out to Lulu for subscribing. Ada for subscribing. Tina for subscribing. Nicole for subscribing. Reese for subscribing. Amel for subscribing. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Comment your names in the chat. Yes, I am single. Single and locked in. Chat, I have to go eat dinner. Chat. See y'all later. It's a rush. I'm sorry I have to leave. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for the great live stream. We hit 262.